Alright, so for a while now, Resident Evil Resistance has been released. It came out alongside the Resident Evil 3 remake. It was included with the purchase, and that is the only way anyone has been able to play the game. You know, you buy Resistance, no, you buy 3, you get Resistance with it for free. That's a lot of free to say it was. But same thing with Village. Obviously, you buy Village, you get Reverse, which comes out this month, completely free with the game, which is super cool. But the 3 remake's been out for a while now, and Resistance still has a player base. I will definitely confirm that. Like, I play on PlayStation, if anyone doesn't know, and you know, every time I load up Resistance, I get a match fairly quickly, a couple of minutes, and the lobby's full. And you know, people that play it sometimes are level 1s, level 2s, sometimes they're level like hundreds, and it does differ. So the game definitely is still alive. Now, to go into it briefly, if you don't know what the game is and you are thinking of playing it, if you do plan to get in the 3 remake, it is essentially an asymmetrical PvP game, kind of like Dead by Daylight. Well, basically Dead by Daylight, but instead of the killer being like this roaming presence that you have to avoid, the killer is watching you through cameras and is like spawning zombies and traps into the map to try and stop you from completing objectives and escaping. Obviously, the survivor's goal is to get through the areas before time runs out to escape. You have 3 areas to get through, each with a different objective. First area is find puzzle pieces or something like that. Second area is to find a security zombie, kill him, take his code, and unlock the next door with the 3 terminals around the map. And the last area is to destroy 3 biohazard containers and then escape through the final door to win. Obviously, Mastermind, you gotta stop that from happening. Now, each Mastermind is unique. They have like a special kind of way to play them. Same with the characters. What I like about the game the most is the Masterminds have access to a bioweapon that's related to them. Just off the top of my head, Annette is the first Mastermind in the game, and her bioweapon is Birkin. Obviously, that's her husband, and you get to play as him. You can control him in the map, which is super cool. There was also a Tyrant. There's Nikolai from Resident Evil 3 who has Nemesis, who is amazing to play. And there's a couple of others. Oswald Spencer has some laser walls, and then Alex Wesker has a big plant thing. I don't know what it's called, but they're all unique. They all play in different ways, and so do the survivors. You know, playing as survivors in the match, which also have different class abilities, like the better with firearms, better with melee, healing, trap disarmament, stuff like that. So they all have a role, and they all play a different way. And it's super fun to build the builds and play them. You know, however, well, not however you want, but kind of learn how to play that character, and then just have that on your team to try and get out as easy as possible. But yeah, that's the brief rundown of how the game works. Fairly simple, takes a bit of time to get used to it. You have to pick a character you want to play, main them for a while to get used to them. Same with, you know, Masterminds as well. You know, pick a Mastermind, learn how to play them, get better at the game, and then hopefully you'll have more experience and be more capable of controlling other characters, doing other roles and stuff like that. So it's a bit of a learning curve, but at the same time, it's not overly complicated. It's quite simple, but it just takes some time to really get used to what's going on and, you know, what's best to do in the certain levels and what's best to build for certain characters. But regardless, topic at hand today is, now this is a all pinch of salt kind of thing. Do not take this for guaranteed. Definitely happening. It is a chance. Is it a high chance? Maybe. I don't know. But it's a possibility. So bear with me. It's all pinch of salt stuff. Don't have to take my word for it. It's not 100% confirmed as of yet. But it could be very, very soon. And that is that soon, as in, could be a month, could be a couple of months, Resistance could be going standalone, so you don't have to buy the 3 remake to play it, and free to play. The free to play bit is kind of an interesting one. I don't believe that could be the case, but I do believe it could go standalone very soon for multiple reasons. So first and foremost, Resident Evil 3 remake has been out for a while now. I believe a couple of years now, maybe 1. I think 2 years. But it's been out a while, and you know, the player base isn't going to grow as much as it can if the game is just tied to a remake that people didn't necessarily enjoy. There's a lot of backlash on the 3 remake in terms of like cut content and stuff like that. I enjoyed it personally. I did enjoy it, but you know, I appreciate those faults, and it is a big deal. But nevertheless, the game itself is enjoyable. But because of that, it didn't particularly do well, which means obviously Resistance can get the player base it really needed, or personally what it deserved. So with Resident Evil Reverse coming out in weeks now. Like, it could be next week, it could be the week after. They said July, so it could be any point after, this weekend. I'd imagine it's going to be mid-July, late July probably kind of time. But it would make sense to make this a standalone game, just to kind of build a player base. Now there's a new PvP game they have on the go. Free to play could be beneficial, and there is a more lean towards it being better if it went free to play. A lot from people who still play the game believe it should go free to play and have a battle pass type system, because if you play the game, there's a lot of cosmetics in the game, that's for sure. A lot of customization. Some of it's really, really goofy, but it's kind of great. It works really well, and having a battle pass system in this game for all that cosmetic stuff could be really, really cool. And of course, that being the case, the game can still get kind of monetized, and they can still earn from the people who still play the game. And again, free to play would be the best way to bring in new players, because it's free. It's a free game, and most people that still play it do kind of really enjoy it. And I personally enjoy it when I do jump on. I'm not like a guy that's played hundreds and hundreds of hours, but I've played a fair amount, and I do believe I'm pretty good at it. But it is a fun game. It's definitely worth playing. So free to play would be beneficial. Aside from the rumours that this game could be going standalone free to play, there is obviously a potential that it's just a patch that could either be they're fixing something in game. All this is running off of the fact that recently, as in about a month ago, and then a few days ago, the source files of the game have changed in some way, so they are kind of doing something with it. What we know is, we don't know what it is yet, but something is being done with it, and there's potential that it's a bug fix patch, a passing, tuning patch, new cosmetic stuff, new map, new characters, which there's plenty of updates as well. We'll get that in a minute, but it's not guaranteed that it's because the game's going standalone or free to play. It would be cool, don't get me wrong, but it's not necessarily the case. But we'll move on now to what potentially could be coming to the game, what people would want to see. Okay, so first let's talk characters. The characters in this game are, they're quite new. They're all kind of just focused into the game, more survivors I'm talking about now. Obviously, all the Masterminds are familiar in one way or another. Annette is from Resident Evil 2. You got Nikolai from 3. Oswald Spencer, the man himself who started everything in the first place. Well, in terms of village lore, maybe not so much anymore, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. There's plenty of options for characters. Obviously, Jill is the only one on the survivor side that is a well-established character, and it made sense that she would be in it because it came with 3. But if they're going to do more content, obviously there's every single character in universe could be in it. You got Chris, Leon, Claire, Ada, all these other survivors could be in the game very, very easily. A lot of the maps are unique too. A lot of the maps are built for this game. So there's every possibility they could add maps from mainline series, like how Umbrella Corps did it. There was arenas in the universe and the areas of those games in that game, which was super cool. I really liked that about that game. So you could definitely add some of the heroes and some of the villains. People do want to see Wesker himself be a mastermind in this game. Who knows how that will work? They could do anything with Wesker. He is an established villain. He's kind of the main antagonist in a way. Obviously a spy weapon. Personally, it probably could see it being the Ouroboros from Resident Evil 5. Obviously that's his master plan in that game, so it would be most likely the case there would be Ouroboros, but who knows? Maybe it would be himself. Maybe that could what they would do. He would just go, I'll do it myself, and goes in there with his super Matrix mode. Remember that from the older games. That's a possibility. That would be unique. He just goes and does it himself. That would be pretty cool. But there's plenty of areas to go for new content for the game if that is something you want to do. They have an active player base. I don't know how it is on PC or Xbox, but on PlayStation it's very much alive. But yeah, keep in mind this is all kind of just skepticism at this point. This is just people want this to be the case, and personally I would love to see it too. Whether it is new content for the game, or it going standalone, or we're going standalone and free to play. There's plenty of options they could do with the game. I don't think they should just give up on it. Cause it's not, it's not an Umbrella Corps situation where the game just wasn't Umbrella Corps isn't bad personally. I enjoy the game, but it's not a good Resident Evil game. This is actually pretty fun, and there's a lot of in-universe stuff that just makes it more. It feels more like a Resident Evil game than Umbrella Corps did, because that was just kind of like a hot take kind of PvP mode that was just full on, you know, balls to the wall, team deathmatch kind of stuff. But this feels more fitting for Resident Evil personally. And you know, from what I've briefly played at Reverse through the betas and stuff, like way back when, that could be fun too. So having 2 solid multiplayer games in line with the main series could be really good, and they really need to think about what they're going to do with this. And if something is being done, awesome. And obviously, Reverse will probably get the same treatment as this. Obviously, at the minute, all we know is that is standalone. No, that isn't standalone. It is a Bio Village, you get this game type thing so far. But I'd imagine it'd get the same kind of treatment this did. This got a lot of content after launch. A lot of crazy stuff. Obviously, new maps, new masterminds, new survivors, new cosmetics. And they could definitely do that with Reverse as well, which is super cool. But I'd love to hear everyone else's thoughts. You know, I'd love to hear everyone else what they think will happen with the game. You know, whether you like the game, whether you don't like the game, whether you want to see it, you know, more content from the game or not, or you know, whether you just want it to go free to play or stand alone, so more people can access to it. I do think the player base could definitely see a huge rise if it did go standalone or free to play, but that remains to be seen. And if that happens, I'll definitely play the game more because you know, more players. And it'll be a blast to go through again and kind of like have more to do in it, let's say. But I do kind of play this game occasionally. Just let me know if you want to see more content from it. I do a couple of videos every now and again, but nothing major. I do kind of prefer to stream this game rather than do videos, just for fun. But when Reverse comes out, I'll be definitely covering that to death. That's any day now. That's, you know, it could be next week, it could be the week after. Don't think it'll be in the weekend, but yeah, the next couple of weeks that'll be out for everyone to play, and I can't wait. So let's go do it with this one. Let me know what you think of, you know, Resistance and all the things people are saying lately. I'd love to hear it. Subscribe obviously for more Resident Evil content and stuff like that. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.